In this video, we are all walking to our last stop, the fifth restaurant. Actually, it's more like a coffee house, but I'll say restaurant because they do have a menu there. And we've been walking for a while, so the place we just left, where we had some more food, that was like the fourth restaurant. So now we're gonna have some egg coffee. I think I explained before in a prior video the story behind the egg coffee, and we didn't have milk because there was no dairy in Hanoi, and this guy had opened a restaurant and he wanted to serve coffee. So he came up with this idea. Oh, by the way, speaking of coffee, from what I understand, Vietnam is one of the premier countries that produce coffee. Everywhere you go, like Hanoi, Saigon, you see signs for coffee, coffee, coffee. But Vietnam never used to produce coffee. It was until the French colonized Vietnam, that area in Indochina, that they introduced coffee. And they have the right type of temperature too, because some parts of Vietnam are cool, even though you have jungles and it's hot and so forth. So like in Colombia has some nice cool regions with mountains where you grow those Colombian beans, coffee beans, to make excellent coffee. So I guess the same can be said with Vietnam. Vietnam just has to have the right type of temperature, what have you, and it has different regions too. So they produce coffee very well. Matter of fact, the coffee I brought back that was given to me by my Vietnamese friend, all I need is like 1 tablespoon and I get good strong coffee. Contrast that with Starbucks coffee. I need 2 tablespoons. If I only put 1 tablespoon, it will be weak. So that means it's more expensive because I have to use 2 tablespoons for Starbucks to get the strength. But with the Vietnamese coffee I got, I guess she got me one of the best coffees. There's no name in it. Otherwise I would give the name, but it's like it's sealed up. That's how it is. So there we are there. We're walking into the restaurant there. Going down the hall. And I guess up the steps. Yep. Look at right there. Look at Lynn right there. Standing there. Everybody sitting around the table. I'm going to sit next to the French lady. Right there. And there's the menu. And Lynn is explaining to us, I guess, the different types of coffee for the egg coffee. So she's holding that menu. Yeah. So that's the lady whose arm I was holding, walking through the crowd. When we went through the bar section that was crowded and she had to walk sideways, that's her right there. Now you get a better picture of her. I told her, I said, are you from Australia? She said, no, I've been Vietnam all my life. I said, well, when you speak English, your English got an Australian accent. Yeah, she sounds a bit Australian, the way she pronounces certain words. That's probably because Australia is closer to Vietnam than America or England is. Otherwise, she could end up sounding like with a British accent or an American accent. Yeah. She has quite a job there. I'm not sure if that's the only job she has. We didn't really get into it to ask her. Yeah. So after this, I was at this place before, and I think the day before, and I was able to walk home. It wasn't really that hard. I used my GPS on my phone. So this night I decided, yeah, I'm going to walk home. And for some reason, instead of turning right, I turned left. And that set me off. So I got lost going back. And I have to end up taking a cab because I was kind of thrown off and the GPS wasn't really helping me anymore when I did put it on eventually.